I want to show y'all 6 good cheap cards that are that really should be put into almost any deck. And these 6 cards are mostly about exiling creatures and other things, but they can really come in handy because of their mana cost and because of what they can do. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of folks that already know about these, but this is more for people just starting on Magic and, possibly give a helping hand to. Now, the first one is Tormod's Crypt. You sacrifice Tormod's Crypt, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. It can really mess up a deck that is basically built upon using their graveyard. It messes them up every time. And 0 costs is I won't say that's an uncommon. So you can use that token on Arena to get it pretty cheap. Then, we got Despark, which is exile target permanent with mana value 4 or greater. I like it because it chooses target permanent instead of creature. Because up here, I have Epic Downfall, which I really like myself, but it only exiles a target creature with mana value 3 or greater. So it does come in handy, but Despark, in my own perspective, is just slightly better. Now, if you run a Spellweave deck to where you have multiple spells you're using, Blitz of the Thunder Raptor is really good. Because depending on how many sorceries and instants that you use, it basically builds up, and the damage that this can deal in a mono red deck, and it exiles any creature that can come back to bite you. And then we got this one, Resculpt. Now, exile target artifact or creature is very useful. I don't personally like how, it gives them a 4/4 blue red elemental creature token. But sometimes in certain scenarios on the game, you use this, it can help you out. Because you have a way to deal with that 4/4, elemental creature token. Or, you can use it on yourself to really, help you get a little ahead. Now, this is my personal favorite for whenever I go up against the enchantment decks. Barrier Breach will save you every time you go up against an enchantment deck. You exile up to 3 target enchantments, and it has cycling. So, when they have all those shrines, and you run up against an enchantment deck to where they're getting multiple 1/1s and they're just destroying you, this messes them up every time. And then this is also one of my personal favorites. I use it in my red blue. And Anger of the Gods is very useful, especially when you go up against decks, mostly like tribal, like elf or goblin. It can really help out. Not just for the fact that it deals 3 damage to each creature, but it also exiles them creatures. Now, I'm pretty sure you noticed that, I brought up the fact that most of these are exiles. Which that will really help you when you're just, they play something and you just don't want to deal with it. And you don't want to risk them getting it back from their graveyard because there's so many ways to do it. Just take it out of game. And after you take it out of game, you ain't got to worry about it no more. Well, I hope that you enjoyed, my little short lecture on, Magic the Gathering Arena cards. If you think I could do anything better, or there are some cards that I don't know about that I could have shown, Leave comments, let me know how I can help improve this, and click that like button.